Hi y'all, Tracey, Travels Along here, girl here. I know it has been quite some time since I have recorded a video. Forgive me if you hear the dogs barking. It was either they are outside barking at something or they're in here trying to get my attention and knocking over the tripod. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've recorded a video. I tried to participate some last year. But it was a difficult year. I lost my beloved Beau, my little Bichon. It's now been a year ago. Then we got Penny, a year ago yesterday. She is a hot mess, but I love her. She is a good dog. She's learning. It's a process. My husband calls her my birthday dog because my birthday was Saturday the 29th. So here's kind of the thing. I did not create a video for New Year's. I've been trying to work my way back into participating and trying to get back into putting things up on YouTube, and it's been difficult. It's been a process. And I thought this year was going to be better, but there have already been 2 deaths in the first 3 months of the year. So here's kind of what I did. I decided as I turned another year older, and I'm kind of taking the New Year approach to that. I now have 363 days until my next birthday. And I kind of tried to, sorry, I can't seem to find a comfortable position. I fell in February on top of everything else. My sweet husband, took me to an event for Valentine's weekend out of the city. And I fell, me being me. And she said that I did not have any breaks because I just went to the doctor like last Wednesday. She said I didn't have any breaks, and for me to wear a boot when my pain level is high, and my pain level was really high over the weekend, but I didn't wear the boot. So I wore it most of today at work. But anyway, I digress. I really started trying to think about what I wanted to do before my next birthday. So I kind of set some goals out for myself. And I'm sorry, I'm looking down. I'm trying to find my list. So basically, I want to be in a healthier body. I am back to a weight that I am not entirely comfortable with. I have been working with trainist. My trainer Amanda has been really good, and she's trying to change the workouts. But if I'm being honest, I was dealing with a neck injury last year, and then dealing with my foot this year, and it's just been difficult. So I kind of decided I need to work on that. So what the doctor told me is that, well, I can't try to do like extra steps. I can't walk more often. But I can row, bike, or swim. So I have a set of pedals at my office, so I've been using those. I also have a set here that I've been trying to use. Hold on one moment. I have a dog who is insistent on coming back in. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I set some goals for myself. I want to be in a healthier body. So I tried to prepare some action plans and goals for myself to get me to my healthier body. I need to work out. And right now, because we've had another situation, my son fell not quite 2 weeks ago, the week before I went to the doctor, and broke his leg in 3 places. So prayers would be appreciated for that, for his healing. But so what I'm doing now is I'm doing 10 minutes of pedaling. Like, that's on my list Monday through Friday. I'm trying to do extras, and Amanda did set me up another workout plan for the gym, but I need to figure out how I'm going to work everything, because I only really have one workout for upper body, and I can't really do with the lower body right now. So I'm kind of winging that one. I'm thinking I may also search and try to see if I can find some seated band workouts. That way I can do something, or some seated yoga or Pilates. Anyway, but my other action plan / goal to get there is, I know I need to meal plan and I need to meal prep. And meal planning, I believe, is also going to help me get with one of my later goals, which I'll share with you in just a minute. I have realized that while I will not call myself a hoarder, I have a tendency to struggle giving up things. I'm one of those people that I'm like, oh, but it may be useful at some point. Yes, I know it's broken, but I may be able to fix it, or I may be able to, whatever. And I'm realizing that I am getting overwhelmed. So I am, in order to help me meet my goal of, feeling better in my space, like feeling better in my body, but also feeling better in my space, is I will commit to at least 1 hour at a minimum of decluttering and or purging. I also had a goal this year of wanting to grow closer in my relationship with the Lord, and to do that I need to spend time with Him, and I need to spend time in the Word. So my action plan goal for this is I'm continuing my morning readings. I listen to my Bible in the morning. Like, that's the first thing I do when I wake up. Then I have I watch The Heart Dive with Kanoy Gibson on YouTube. I know she also has a podcast, but I like the YouTube. I like the reading. I like to be able to see it. And if I'm not super busy, I try to follow along on my own Bible app. So I want to continue with those. I also have this devotional that I have been trying to keep up with. I kind of got lax on it, so I'm trying to get back into doing that. And then I also listen to the Abide app when I'm going to sleep. And then obviously prayer, etc. But I feel like spending time in the Word is going to be a huge help for me in growing my relationship with the Lord. 4 and 5 are more personal, and I do not want to share them publicly. But what I will say is that I feel like I need to be intentional with my relationships, with my marriage, with my friendship, with my, with my parenting. I need to be intentional with that relationship. I am wanting to save money for our future and for our retirement. So after speaking with my husband, I'm going to start the 100 envelope challenge. I do not know that it will be as short of a time frame as I have seen. Basically what I have seen online is they're saying that you can do $5,050 in 3 months, which may be true, but I only get paid every other month. Every other week. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to work that yet. I need to kind of talk to my husband. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I want to start that, and then that money will either put toward savings or put toward paying down debt. I know I probably need to start sinking funds and all that, but we're not there right now. We're focusing on the savings challenge, and I'm going to start there and then I'll go from there. I also want to get back into crafting and kind of finding my happy place. And if I'm being honest, I have a whole lot of craft supplies and I've not done a whole lot with them in the last couple years. For a while, with me working from home and being in that room all the time, I did not want to spend more time in that room working on crafts, if I'm being honest. I just didn't. I would do something here and there, but I really need to clean and declutter my craft room. I felt really good. My husband and I got in there and cleaned up the bookcase, took everything off and dusted and rearranged, and it looks very neat and organized, and I'm very proud of our efforts in that regard. But I need to do the same with my craft table and the office space, because even being in there just kind of makes me stressed out. But I want to spend a minimum of an hour working on crafts or planning projects, because I feel like if I'm working on them and planning what I'm going to do with all of the various craft items that I have, that's going to help me feel a little more productive and feel like I'm accomplishing something. And also, if I'm being honest, I am wanting to try to get some stuff ready and maybe sell at the senior center craft show that they have every year in November. So I feel like if I plan to do some of that, if I can do a little bit here and there, that maybe I will have enough stuff to do that. And the other thing, I mentioned it to Kim earlier and I'm super excited about. We had a chandelier. When I was growing up, my mom had a chandelier in the dining room. I wish with all my heart, because I knew that they were going to take it down, I wish with all my heart that I'd pulled the crystals off of it. But I didn't. So I found a lot on eBay of crystals that look like the ones that were on that chandelier. One of my very most favorite things to do, and it sounds completely stupid, I'm sure, to somebody, but I really enjoyed it. I would take all of them down and I would very gently put them in the dishwater and I would wash them off very carefully. I would rinse them off and I would lay them all out to dry. So I found a lot that are similar to the ones on eBay. And I think there's probably 9 of them. So kind of what I'm thinking is I want to create something with these chandelier crystals. Because that was one of my favorite things about the chandelier that we had when we would open the windows and the sun would come through and it would make the rainbows on the wall. That made me very happy. So I'm thinking that that's going to be something that when I can figure out what I want to do exactly with it, that will be something that will make me happy. And hopefully, if it goes well and I can get creative and make some others, that it might make somebody else happy too. But, and then the last thing is I want to get back into YouTube. So I want to come up with a plan and a schedule for that. But as this is something that I've not really done in a while consistently, I think I'm going to focus on one video a week. It's probably, aside from this one, it's probably going to be like a meal plan Monday, or I can't even say for certain what it's going to be yet, but when I figure that out, I'll put it on the community tab. But my goal is one video a week, and it may be on a Tuesday, it may be on, I'm just not certain yet. That still is something that I have to determine, is what day is going to work best for me to try to get stuff recorded and get it put up. So that's why I'm kind of leaning into a meal plan Monday, because I feel like I can get a meal plan together, and that will kind of help prompt me, which also means that I will be saving money, because I'm not going to be buying a whole bunch of groceries that I don't know what I'm going to do with. So that's kind of where I am. If you have some other suggestions as far as like workouts that I can do right now while I can't walk, and I can't really stand up and do weights, right now I need to sit. She said I probably am halfway through the healing process, but I made it worse when I was running from the floor that my son was supposed to be on down to the surgery center. I think that may have exacerbated my foot injury, which is why I went ahead and went to the doctor, because I need to know what's going on. So I know Kim used to do the dance along gal, and I'll probably do some of that, or maybe some chair dancing workouts, because I have also done some of that. I've also done some chair yoga or desk yoga, and I also found a Pilates that I really liked, that I did before I went back to the office. So I'm thinking that may have to be something that I try to do as well. But if you have some suggestions that I can do in the meantime that won't hurt me, or just, ways that might help me to get back on a schedule, or help me attain some of the other goals that I've set for myself. I really want to have some sort of a savings plan in place before next year. I know this first quarter is gone, but if I can focus on trying to save money for the next 9 months, then that's going to put us in a better place, for next year, and maybe enable us to take some more trips that we are longing to do. But for right now, I just want to make sure that we have saved some money, so that if something happens, we have it to fall back on, and we won't have to rely on other things. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it right now. I know it seems weird that I'm putting this up on April 1st, Obviously, I'm not recording it on April 1st, but I will be putting it up on April 1st. And no, it is not a joke. I am genuinely aiming to get some of my goals accomplished before my birthday next year. It's important to me that I make progress. And I'm kind of at a time in my life that I'm realizing that it's really important to me to be happy and find peace in myself, but to also feel like I'm progressing. So, yeah, there's that. If you have an idea of what you might like to see, I'm also, trying to, once I can get back in the habit, I also want to start trying to do the vintage recipes again. Start trying to do some of those, or some of, the cookbooks or some of the recipes out of my cookbooks that we enjoy. Maybe even, try something new. I used to love to make bread. I have a Better Homes and Garden cookbook from, I believe, the 30s, from the 80s, and then one that's more recent. So, it might be fun to look at the recipes from the 3 different books and see kind of how they've changed. But anyway, that's all for now. I'm going to try to get this edited so that it will go up in the morning. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a great day. Say hi, Penny. Say hi. Say hi, Penny. Penny. Penny girl. Say hi.